Well, hello. This is Hans the Ramen Raider coming at you with another episode of Instant Noodle Recipe Time, the show where I show you what to do with your instant noodles. Today I've got something from the beautiful land of China. This is Big Boss Broad Noodle. See, there's the Big Boss himself. Can you see that? Yeah. Big Boss Broad Noodle with chili oil, sour, hot and sour flavor. And we've got a special guest today. We have the renowned author, Matthew Somerset Mom Bella, who hails from Port Townsend, Washington. How you doing, man?
Fantastic, sir. Thanks for having me on the show, Hans.
Yeah. So, what do you want to... You said you had a hot topic that you wanted to discuss on the program today.
Yeah, today I want to talk about the downfall of capitalism and basically the general democratic process in our country. Now, I study history, and one of the biggest things they give as a reason for the downfall of Rome was that the Senate just couldn't agree with each other, and so no beneficial laws could be passed that would have actually helped the situation. Now, a lot of people like to compare America to Rome. It's actually a trope, it's a cliche, but it's impossible to ignore when you see that we have millions of citizens who are unable to pay their rent, who are going through hard times, got laid off through no fault of their own. They're looking to their congressional representation for alleviation and help, and these people can't even agree on a deal because they want to tack too many things onto it individually that support their own party, and they can't come to a deal, and the citizens are suffering. And this must be exactly what, if you put a movie camera 2,000 years ago in Rome, this is probably what the Senate would look like. And I think it's horrible, and I think it's scary, and I don't want to live in this country anymore.
You don't want to live in the country. You're willing to go so far as to possibly leave. What about your citizenship? Are you thinking about denouncing that, or?
There is this amazing country called Åland. It's A-L-A-N-D. It's a little island in between Finland and Sweden.
Okay.
And they basically have their own. Yeah, they basically have their own nationality there. It's a very interesting country. They're looking for residents to, support the economy. To get citizenship there, it's basically like an idyllic little paradise where everybody just fishes and hangs out, and the place is beautiful, and the people are super chill. And to get citizenship, you first have to be a citizen of Finland for 5 years. You have to speak the Finnish language, and then you have to renounce your Finnish citizenship and apply to citizenship in Åland. So
wow.
my friend is the one who introduced me to this place, and he recently became unemployed. 10-year veteran of my former employer, Port Townsend Paper Corporation, the local paper mill. My best friend up here in Port Townsend, anyways, got fired for getting hurt at work, going to the hospital on his own time, and then coming into work late a few days later because he was medicated from the injury without some paperwork that he was supposed to bring to the emergency room, and that's the reason they gave him. A 10-year veteran, family man, wife and a kid, 2-year-old kid.
Wow.
Worked there for 10 years, has a house with a mortgage, ties in the community. His dad lives here, and he's just gone. They just out of vindictiveness and crudiness, they just kicked him loose, and so he's kind of freaking out. And he's like, check out this place called Åland. And we're like, we watched some documentaries on YouTube, and it looks like an amazing place. He's like, I want to live there.
It sounds like you're saying Poland, but I don't think you are.
So it's spelled A-L-A-N-D, but with the native accent, it's Åland.
Okay. Maybe here one would pronounce it as Åland.
Maybe you've got some people out there from Åland or Finland or Sweden who know about this place.
It's very possible. Every nationality is welcome on Instant Noodle Recipe Time.
Absolutely.
Well, are you really... I mean, that's a lot of legwork to it's not just like, hey, I want to move to Tijuana. Okay, here you go.
Right. No, see, that's his dream. My dream has always, ever since I went there a few years ago, was to retire in Athens, because I think Greece is absolutely the most beautiful and fantastic place in the world.
Yeah, you had a lot of good things to say about Greece, yeah.
It was absolutely amazing, man. It really touched me deeply when I was there, my short time, and I'd like to go. I always planned to go back, and whenever I made it as a writer, or quote unquote, and could afford to, move and do this kind of thing. But now I might kick up that schedule a little bit because things are just terrible here, man. Things are just terrible, huh?
No, I'm right there with it. It's kind of a crazy place. I mean, one thing too. I mean, unfortunately, as an American, you're gonna have a hard time even getting out of the country to go anywhere other than. There's like a list of 5 places that are still allowing you to go in. Like, I think one was like Somalia. No, another one was like Eritrea. Not generally the places that you're thinking like, hey baby, let's go and honeymoon in Eritrea. It's not a happy place really. I think it's considered like one of the most dangerous places in the world. But there's always the couple that's just like dreaming of that. But
America's standing in the world is greatly diminished.
Well, hopefully not for long.
We can't even take care of our own people. We're the richest country in the world, and we can't even take care of our own people in the crisis. It's embarrassing.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Yeah. Well, hopefully not for long. Hopefully something happens. I honestly, when I think about it, I mean, I know who I'm voting for, but it's...
Joe Jorgensen?
Huh?
Joe Jorgensen? Third-party candidate?
No, is Nader running? No. But I mean, it's like...
Joe Biden?
Yeah.
I know.
I'm going to vote for him. But I mean, it's like... I don't know. It's just like... Nothing new under the sun. I mean, people went for change last time, and it just did not. It was not the change they were looking for. They were looking for change with Obama, and there was some. It was in the right direction, but just not far enough in that direction. And I don't know. I don't think there's going to be anybody who enters politics that really can do much of anything to make a big change at this point. There's got to be like some huge sea change, not politically, but more socially.
Yeah, socially, yeah, right.
But
I agree. We're seeing social change, but it's violent, it's raw, it's ugly, it's undirected, often ridiculous.
Individualist.
Yeah. So I mean, why stick around here for another 10 years and rail against the seawall, and we just move to a beautiful country that already exists.
Yeah, you could start your own country.
There we go. Where would I get the land, though?
Ask nice. I've always thought, if you can't get it, if you don't have financial means, say please. What can it hurt? I've just said, yeah, no, I can't do that. Well, please. I had to try. Usually get a chuckle or at least well, I appreciate you saying please, but no.
There is this island off the coast of India called Sentinel Island, and it has a tribe on it that's absolutely uncontacted. They've been living there. They came from Africa like hundreds of years ago or whatever, maybe thousands, obviously, probably, and they've been living there. And it's this island right off the coast of India, and no one has ever been there except for these people. And they
But how do they know they're there?
Because some people went up on the shore, and I think they shipwrecked there, and they got killed and eaten by these people, or at least killed.
It's like a protected Aboriginal community at this point, I'm sure.
Yeah. There's people trying to make contact. They'll roll up on the beach and throw them coconuts and stuff, because they like coconuts that they don't grow there.
No, but, that is excitement.
So maybe I can get in and go with those people. But there are still blank places on the map. Actually, not everything has been filled in.
Yeah. So here are the broad noodles. They're very broad. Going to try one, Matthew.
Okay.
Here we go. I'm going to try to use my fork in a way. Here we go. It's really hot. I just burnt my tongue. Scalding, hot soup, burning pain. The noodles are thick, chewy, delicious. As for the broth, it says it's hot and sour, so I'm looking for a black vinegar element, possibly a Sichuan pepper, most likely a Sichuan pepper element. Look at this stuff. Can you see that? Kinda you can see it. Just kinda. I'm gonna say that's delightful. I'm delighted with this.
Very nice.
Yeah, I want to eat it all, but
Good to be delighted.
that doesn't happen. But so why don't you give us a snapshot, Matthew, of a day in the life of an unemployed gentleman under the blue skies of the COVID nation.
Great. So I wake up in the morning, usually about 8 a.m.
Good way to start your day, waking up.
Yeah, I'm waking up, and then I walk out to my living room. I say, "Hello, Google. Good morning," and my device plays the news. I catch up on the latest tours of the world, and then I eat breakfast. I cook and eat breakfast, usually watching Faulty Towers.
Oh, that's a perfect morning.
And then I sit down at my console and I write for a while. I've been very productive lately. I'm on a great roll. And then I head out on a bike ride. I ride about 15 minutes down to a state park where I used to work, and I cruise all around, and I go down to the beach. And I walk down the beach to the next beach, and I think about my story, and I get good new ideas for the next thing I'm going to write, and then I make notes for them on my phone. And then I ride my bike back home, and I eat lunch, and then I make myself a Juniper Mule, which is an amazing gin cocktail. And then I watch like some sort of epic series. Like lately, I just finished Shogun again. That's awesome. Now I'm watching Marco Polo again, which is great. And then I make dinner, and then I watch a movie, and I go to bed.
Drink yourself to sleep. Sure.
Yeah.
Wow, that sounds really nice. You seem to be complaining about living a retiree's lifestyle, but I guess it is all under the dark umbrella of possible destitution. Correct?
Correct, which is imminent.
Imminent.
Very imminent.
Imminent.
Yeah.
That sucks, dude.
My unemployment is not enough to pay my rent, so in a couple months I'm gonna have to figure out what the fuck I'm doing around here.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm pouring the show. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. I'm maintaining a positive attitude. I'm not letting it get to me, and I'm just hoping everything will be all right. I mean, I do not believe in our Congress that they will come through with any sort of a effective aid package, but I'm just unreasonably optimistic about the world.
Sounds good. Matthew Bella, thank you for joining us. And this was a good noodle, the Big Boss noodle. It's not as spicy as I expected, but it's from China and it's pretty good. So, do you want to plug your website?
Yeah, there's actually new audio content coming up on my website. I got the materials out there right now. I'm getting it back from the voice artist, from the voice actor here any day now. So it'll be the first post that's on there. It's called The Millennium's Children. It's about the emissaries. We're making contact with the primitive alien world. The emissaries wake up from stasis after 800 years on the generation ship, and they begin to learn about the ship and the alien species, and they begin their training for the mission of contact.
Wow.
The text is posted right now, and there'll be an audio accompaniment very soon.
Nice.
Matthew Bella 23 at gmail.com, link in the episode description.
What about your website? You just gave your email.
Oh, did I? That was my email, right? It's
Yeah.
MatthewBella.com. But now you can email me too.
And how do you spell that?
MattheW, B as in boy, ELLAH.com.
All right. Thank you very much. And hey, if you see this one out on the market, give it a try. It's not bad. And this has been Ons, the Ramen Raider, wishing you enjoyment of your noodles each and every day, bringing you fascinating interviews from time to time. Have a good one and bye.